Hello, welcome to this update for the tropics, spots of Oceania into Africa and Southeast Asia. So let's see first this cyclone that formed just north of Australia. So it's cyclone 32P, it's just a tropical depression, still very weak, but we'll keep watching it. There's also this area subtropical 95P. And invest and there's 94P as well south of the Solomon Islands. They might try to form into something. So there's here, like, you can see that storm just north of Australia. There's a lot of convection in it, but it's like consolidated in the ocean there. There's this one near the Solomon Islands there. It's producing a lot of storms, the southern Solomon Islands and northern parts as well, and some storms central Solomon Islands. So be careful, there's some flooding and heavier storms. There's the European model here, shows that system just north of Australia. It goes and it kind of dissipates there, it won't do much. There's this one near the Solomon Islands, it won't do much either, except for heavy rain. You still leave a lot of storms there. So this goes, and yeah, and this area, this big subtropical, extratropical feature, who will just go southeast there and then dissipate. So nothing crazy true. There's the Canadian model. It still kind of wants this to become a tropical depression or storm, but it dissipates later as well. So we will keep watching, and then it does bring some more storms to Indonesia with that first system, but nothing that crazy. There's the GFS, it has like a tropical storm south of Papua New Guinea now, and that system south of the Samoa Islands as well. It tries to form, but not really. And then later doesn't show anything, just a weird thing or two, but shows more rain. But one thing most models are showing is this low pressure that might form off of Australia as a big cold front in New Zealand next Saturday. So we might need to watch that as well. There's the icon, shows like that extra tropical thing near Tonga and the Cook Islands. They'll leave a lot of heavy rain. This goes, the icon does try to turn this into a tropical storm, the area south of the Samoa Islands. So this might quickly turn into a storm and then dissipate. The one near Indonesia, northern Australia, is probably not going to do much. So be aware. There's the European model. The ensembles shows this one near Australia. The remnants just bring some more storms to Indonesia. There's this one south of the Samoa Islands. Many members of the European do have this turn into a tropical storm or something, but not that much support. There's this big low pressure near southern Australia, keeping things dry. There's a member or two showing things in the Indian Ocean, but very little. And like that extra tropical system there. So be aware, those areas, there's still the rain shows like next 5 days, especially south of the Solomon Islands, more than 100 millimeters in those areas, and spots in the Solomon Islands 115 to 122, spots even 239 millimeters. And there might be more, because this is not a high resolution model, so sometimes there's more rain than what is showing here. There's like the GFS, don't even look at it, it's showing too little. There's the icon showing a lot just south of it, like in those islands close to 300 millimeters in those southern atolls, and more spots central northern Solomon Islands. So be careful in those areas. That shows those tropical downpours Papua New Guinea, into Indonesia still, and some spots a little bit drier southern Indonesia, but still a lot of showers and storms. A storm or two in Northern Territory, but like very little Northern Australia, just a shower or two, but especially Queensland shows more Northern Queensland. And then near Java still shows some heavier storms, including the Cocos Islands, even to 92 millimeters next 5 days. So be careful, the GFS even to 94 millimeters. So there might be a surge of moisture there. the Cocos Islands. And then does show northern Sumatra, more than 100 meters, more spots of southern Sumatra, those storms in central Kalimantan, Indonesia, more than 100 meters in a few spots. There's the axis too. It shows in more detail. It does show more northern territory, like just 15 meters. It does show Western Guinea, Papua New Guinea, even to 188, more tropical downpours. And this model does have like the Samoa Islands to 200 meters, 260, 200, 199. So be careful with flooding there. It shows in Malaysia to more than 100 millimeters, even to 200 millimeters, spots in Malaysia, central Indonesia, in Sulawesi, Kalimantan. So stay safe. Shows spots of central Sumatra, those downpours, more than 100 millimeters. And also in Cambodia, the excess like 139 millimeters, southern Thailand. So stay safe. The European has much less than the excess, but does have a lot of storms than Nicobar and Andaman Islands too. And it still has those storms in China, especially southern China, more than 100 millimeters, spots there, and still shows this area northeastern India, more than 200 millimeters. There's the GFS. The GFS just 42 millimeters, so like the GFS barely wants anything to happen there. But the icon does show like more than 100 millimeters as well. Northern Bangladesh, the icon like to 143. Northern Myanmar, more than 100 in some spots. So be careful those areas, but especially this forecast from the European might cause some flooding if it happens. In Bhutan shows spots as well. Northern Bangladesh, be careful some severe storms this time of year too. Shows spots of southern India, those showers and storms, southeast, southwestern Sri Lanka, and the Indian Ocean, something or two in the mountains. So be careful, especially those stronger storms sometimes in the afternoon, central southern India might be intense, spots of Vietnam as well, in Cambodia, some stronger storms. In the Philippines, there's always something in the Philippines, some passing showers and storms, so be careful. Still shows 5 days spots of Micronesia and Palau, still those that tropical moisture that just continues from 41 to like 54 meters. Spots of the Marshall Islands, even Majuro to 93 meters. In the heart of the intertropical convergence zone, shows more central Micronesia, some more showers in spots of Kiribati and those areas. So be careful. And even Hawaii is considered to be in Oceania, so it does show some showers as well. Nothing crazy, might be a storm or two. So shows here around Fiji and Samoa, especially Samoa, Matautu, close to 100 meters, western Fiji, because of this big like cold front and moisture. So be careful in Fiji, a little bit better, but still some showers from day to day, and shows spots of the Cook Islands like Mataura, southern French Polynesia, and the Cook Islands still in the wake of that storm season. So the storms are still in Tonga. Be careful if you are there now. Shows the Cook Islands Tuesday, the 13th, some strong storms, and still by Wednesday, the Cook Islands. So be careful. And yeah, some showers, central French Polynesia, but nothing that crazy. So be careful. Vanuatu doesn't show that much, but it shows storm or two. New Caledonia into Vanuatu. So stay safe. And then into southeastern Australia and New Zealand shows like in Sydney to 58 millimeters and 64, and most of southern Queensland and New South Wales next week because of that extra tropical system that might bring some more rain later into New Zealand, especially like throughout the 17th of May, southern New Zealand, and more for northern New Zealand next 7 days. So be careful those areas, and still some fronts in Tasmania shows like spots of the Bay of Bengal, southern Myanmar, some heavier moisture. Be careful those storms still There's still around Mauritius, some storms, a shower too, some 51 millimeters, Reunion even to 71, still shows northeastern Madagascar to 113, more spots, more than 100 millimeters, the GFS even to like 136, northeastern Madagascar, and the icon still, so be careful, some heavy rain in those areas. Southern Africa is very quiet now, but a shower too in Botswana, but central areas still very stormy. Spots of Mozambique, be careful. Northern Malawi, some storms there might leave more than 120 millimeters. Spots of southern Tanzania, be careful. Some storms, and in the coast too, some storms with gusty winds as well. So beware southern Kenya and spots of western Kenya as well. And most of this area, the most of northern central Democratic Republic of Congo, into Gabon, some stronger tropical downpours at Gabon, Equatorial Guinea, spots of southern Nigeria, already some heavy storms there, southern Ghana, even northern Ghana, and all the way to Guinea. So be careful those areas, and we'll talk about northern Africa in tomorrow's video because those Mediterranean storm systems are very crazy. So stay tuned for that tomorrow. But there's the GFS here shows in Ethiopia some rain as well, spots of southern Cameroon, more storms. Yeah. And here, so you can have an idea what those storms look like. Now there's some in South Sudan, spots of Ethiopia. They're like these tremendously high clouds with torrential downpours below them. So be careful. Those storms, some very big downpours in northern Angola and to Republic of the Congo, and more spots. Somalia even had some floods last few days, so be careful. Some storms in Ivory Coast, Liberia, so those small thunderstorms there can leave some very heavy rain. So stay safe in those areas. Be careful. Longer range still shows some heavy rain in eastern Madagascar, spots of Tanzania, Malawi, but especially focusing on Western Africa around the Atlantic coast shows. But it's like 10 days out, 12 days out. 12 days is a tremendous amount of time, so let's not worry too much about that. But just be careful, those tropical downpours. And 12 days for India does show much heavy across southern India, central southern India, most of Southeast Asia, here in the pink and purple next 12 days, so there'll still be some very heavy rain. So be careful in those areas. In terms of tropical cyclones, the southwest Indian Ocean is quiet. There's a little outlier there, but it's mainly quiet. And then shows a few things the southeast Indian Ocean, but probably nothing will form. But this area here is to watch a lot in the Bay of Bengal. Around May 19th, May 20th, there might be something near Bangladesh and India, spots in Myanmar. So we might need to watch that. Also, the Philippines shows a member, but that's like very few support. But we'll keep watching, especially the Bay of Bengal later on. So be aware those areas, especially those tropical downpours. And yeah, in any of those areas like blue, green, yellow, orange, there will be those heavy downpours. So stay safe. The icon even shows a lot in central northern Myanmar, in central Thailand, northern Thailand. So be careful in those areas, as well as the southern islands of Japan, spots of Taiwan, and yeah. So stay safe. There's here for wind. Let's see if there's something. There's still strong wind in Tonga right now as I speak with this system, and large waves too. So some high waves in Tonga because of that wind. So everything just disappeared here. There's like here wind gusts. So still shows some strong winds there. This goes still strong in the Cook Islands and Tonga throughout Monday and Tuesday, and this goes away. But be careful, those strong gusts and high waves still in Tasmania, probably later next week. Shows passing just south of you, not in Tasmania, but just south of you, those systems. And sometimes in New Zealand, southern New Zealand, Tuesday, some high gusts, some spots there. And then later next week still shows more on the 18th potential, but that's far out. So be careful those areas. The rest of the tropics, in terms of windstorms, are kind of quiet, but those thunderstorms here, like this major tropical downpour in southern Myanmar, those storms have a lot of strong winds inside them. So if you are underneath a tropical downpour, please be careful of some strong wind gusts inside of those storms and lightning and everything. So stay safe, and even water spouts and so be careful in those areas. And I know this is kind of a tropical video, but let's just see if there's any snow expected in spots of Oceania. So still shows in New Zealand like 3 centimeters in the next 5 days, but if I put the next 12 days, the European array shows like more than 80 centimeters next 12 days in New Zealand. So we might need to watch this. The GFS, let's see if it loads here, also shows more next 13 days, but that's a lot of time. We don't know much yet, but we'll keep watching. There's still those temperatures colder southern New Zealand, like in the mountains basically in southern Australia. This goes shows spots of where's that? Tasmania, some 0 degrees, some -1 in the morning, spots of Tasmania, Tuesday, Monday, but still northwestern Australia, some warm temperatures to 33, 34. So yeah, this goes, and basically that. There will be like some colder mornings, like to -2 in Tasmania, spots of some 2 degrees. So be aware, but nothing that crazy. Potentially by next Saturday, Victoria some -1 to -2, and Tasmania to -3, potentially southern New Zealand. But we'll keep watching. So stay safe. And just a word here, those heat waves in India, Pakistan, and those areas to 47 degrees next week, 47 degrees in Iran as well, 44 degrees in Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, and Kazakhstan, and Saudi Arabia still in the 40s throughout next week, especially like Wednesday shows to 43 degrees, even Qatar to 44 degrees, more spots there, northern India in the 40s, in Central Africa is experiencing the same thing, those very scorching temperatures central to northern Africa. So stay safe. Wednesday, Thursday, the show still to 44 degrees, southern Libya to 45 in Sudan, and shows Thursday, Friday still those areas of Mauritania, more than 42 degrees. And now is Sunday, so for Monday afternoon shows as well spots of Mali to like 45 degrees, 45 degrees southern Algeria as well, so 44 degrees northern Ethiopia. So stay safe. Southern Iraq, more spots, but next week it might get very much hotter in Iran, spots of Pakistan, and those areas even to 48 degrees. The European model shows the GFS just 44, but the GFS is 48 degrees in Pakistan next week. So please stay safe. Southern Africa is milder and colder actually, because Lesotho is already to -1, some 0 degrees in the mountains, much chillier throughout southern Africa. During the day, still warmer western Namibia and Angola, spots in Madagascar, but it's already colder during the nights. Some days warmer in many areas, but still slightly colder during the nights. So be aware those areas, and yeah, so be aware. And this shows spots of China too, already next week to like 36 degrees, spots central China, the Gobi Desert, more spots too. But during the night, as I showed you the Asia video, still very cold, Mongolia, northern China, and those areas. So stay safe, be careful, those heavy rains and everything. And just to see here, if they have any track for this, you just dissipate and leave more storms in Indonesia, that cyclone. So be careful, some very big downpours with that. But basically it. Be careful.